Playing a role at the club meeting is like swimming in a pond, and stepping out of the club is like swimming in the ocean. And our mentors in Toastmasters are our oxygen tanks who help us to sail through. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today I will be delivering my speech on the topic what makes a good mentee. So, mentorship is actually a two-way street. It may be easy to default to the idea that the mentor plays a dominant role in the relationship. But mentees or proteges must remember to take a dominant role in that relationship, right? So, to ask questions, stay curious, to be authentically interested in getting to know the mentor and to help guide the relationship to their own benefit. So far, in my experience, professionally or whether it be professionally, the mentors that I have had always challenged me by asking, what are your goals? And with those goals, how can I support you in reaching those goals? Seriously, a difficult question for many, especially when you have to think about where you want to take your life professionally and holistically in the long term process. Okay, I'm talking about the long term process. But the challenge to answer the question is worth it, as one can be empowered to make moves while having a coach and cheerleader to help you be accountable. But it all begins with the mentee. So I want to share my experience. So I still remember when I completed my 12th standard, I was a bit confused about my next stages of life. I think everyone has gone through that process. So at that time, I approached one of my senior who was actually an engineering graduate at that time. So the first thing he told me is that Jeevan, stay calm. Prepare a set of questions in the areas you have doubt. I actually had first thing he asked me is that how can I help you? Seriously, I had no answer at that time, and the mind was completely empty. Then he told me like that, stay calm, Jeevan. You have time. You prepare a set of questions in the areas you have doubt, and after that you can update. And what I did is that I spent 2 to 3 hours on it, and I still remember having 3 to 5 questions in my back pocket to ask it. And the questions were like this. The first question was like this. Please take me through this career journey from your education background and the roles that you have since then. Second one is that what compels you to wake up every day to what you do now? And the third one is that what actually you find the most challenging about your job, because that graduate was actually a working professional at that time. So by having these set of questions ready, I saved myself time and energy worrying about what to talk about. So I let these questions allow me to gather the information for me to process and then proceed in engaging further. After some time, I came back to him. He heard my questions very carefully and he had a 1 minute of silence. Seriously, he had a 1 minute of silence. Then he started answering every my doubts. Even though I still remember, even though by not asking, some days he actually calls me to know about my progress, even how, in which stage are you, is everything completed, is the process completed. He keep on asking me like that every day. Seriously, with that amazing senior who actually later becomes my unforgettable mentor, I was able to finalize my decisions to study engineering in a well-known government engineering college in Kerala. And I'm still proud of what I'm being today. Third thing I have learned is that always challenge yourself. As a mentee, I think it is really important to keep challenging yourself, because without challenges in life, there can be no growth and advancement for sure. So with a mentor, challenging yourself becomes even more rewarding as they become your coach, thought partner, and sometimes they can become your champion and sponsor, and for sure. So it is because of their belief in you. For me, I figured I had nothing to lose since I joined Toastmasters. Seriously. So I want to share a small experience of mine as a mentor, but in Toastmasters, and which is not actually a part of my project, so pardon me. So as a mentor, what I do is that what everyone do is that keep on trying to know what are members' strong areas. So I'm not a person, and not everyone. I'm not a person who likes to discuss about my members' weak areas. I always what I do is that I was always trying to push them by telling that you have certain capabilities in some areas. Keep on focusing them. Keep on growing in that, because everyone in this world make mistakes for sure. This is what I tell to my mentees in Toastmasters. There is nothing to lose, you guys. You guys are seriously amazing. Everyone needs their own time to settle. everyone needs their own time to settle. For some people, it will take a long time. For some people, it would be a matter of days. But remember, every day you are growing by taking challenges in your life. So seriously remember this. Having an awesome mentor means to have someone who is open, honest, supportive, and engaged in one's development. Having an awesome mentor means to have someone who is open, honest, supportive, and engaged in one's development. But the role of being a protege and must also be elevated with the same degree of significance. To be prepared, forward thinking, and to be pushing the boundaries towards who might they become. Thank you, and over to you, the Toastmasters.